I think that no matter what happens in terms of just camera companies, economics always win.
There it is! It's beautiful! Take your hat off, boy, that's a dollar bill!
Is Arri now focusing on the middle market and for people like us who are not necessarily a huge production studio or people with expensive budgets? Let's talk about this in retrospect, now that we know more about the licensing model that they've just really come up with. And if you haven't seen my video on that, you can watch that before. But basically, there are a couple of questions that we want to discuss. Is Arri now starting to target the middle market? And the question is yes, absolutely. To be able to survive in the long run, in the context of how this whole filmmaking community is going, they realize that they need to focus on the middle market. But they're doing it in a very Arri way. Let me explain what that means. By maintaining their professional reputation, but offering a more entry-level option by virtue of this licensing and base model of the camera, the new Alexa 35 is in essence their attempt at bridging the gap between their high-end systems and the cheaper alternatives out there. Sony, Blackmagic, Canon, Nikon. Arri is now in competition with those guys. How does Arri's approach different from Blackmagic's or Sony's approach? The first one is the brand image. Now, Arri already has a brand image. They're like Adidas. They need no introduction. They've built their legacy on high-end cameras and brand professionals. So there's a reason why Arri is still the go-to today for top cinematographers like Roger Deakins and a lot of them, Christopher Nolan and a lot of these guys. The cameras are in essence known as unmatched image quality, color science, and reliable use. Arri cameras are extremely reliable. I give them that. The thing to note though is that Arri is not going head to head with brands like Sony, Blackmagic, or the FX3, at least not in the same way, right? Arri is offering a premium package at a more accessible price, but with the idea that filmmakers can now build their camera systems, because you can build your Legos and put everything that you want. People can now build their camera systems with specific features over time. One of the reasons why I didn't really bother about the A7S3 and the FX3 over the A7 IV was that a lot of people were complaining that the A7 IV had a crop sensor when it went into 4K 60. I don't film a lot of 60p, so that crop, it really doesn't matter to me. If I could take that off and save some money on my A7 IV, I really would have. And I think that that is what Arri is trying to do here. By allowing filmmakers to be able to build what they want, it becomes more accessible to people to be able to use this thing. So the question of if they want to come into the middle market, will this expensive approach, is it going to last? Is it going to last the test of time? This is a $64,000 question, US, and it is risky. It is risky. Let's look at it in this way. The first one is sustainability. The cameras from Sony and Blackmagic are now more saturated in the middle market. There's so many options to choose from. They offer excellent image quality. Well, I don't know if excellent is the word, but at a very affordable price, especially a camera system like Blackmagic that gives you so much. Now, the thing with Arri's approach is that once you start to come down into indie filmmakers who do not need a lot of these things, of like the extra propositions of the Arri cameras, Blue, stop it, that's my cat. The value proposition of an Arri camera starts to become really, really fuzzy. So how sustainable is this expensive approach going to be? Time will tell. The second thing is, can Arri keep this up? Keep up this professional thing? Arri model relies strictly on its brand, which I think I've been able to put into 3 words: quality, flexibility, and reliability. They will have to find a way to still stay relevant to mid-range filmmakers, especially if competitors continue to push boundaries. And my God, Blackmagic is beginning to... I'll do that in another video. It's also about the evolution of tech. And once again, you can see that Blackmagic is now starting to offer 12K recording, raw capabilities, and impressive features at extremely lower price relative to the Arri. So at this point, if they continue to innovate and Arri just sticks to the, okay, yeah, we have a great sensor, we have a great dynamic range and things like that, it could really leave Arri behind in terms of how Nikon is now a potato because they just didn't change their dinosaur ways from when photography with DSLR cameras was still a thing. So why should you still buy an Arri camera when you can get something similar from other brands like Sony, Blackmagic again? I think it comes down to two things. One is the legacy of this company. For a lot of professionals, Arri is the gold standard. They've been in the game for like a long time and people would usually trust that. So they've become very synonymous for quality in high-end cameras. For filmmakers working at the highest level, once again, all the top DPs, go through all the Hollywood movies that were shot in the past 5-6 years. I would say 80% of them were filmed on the Arri system. So Arri is seen as a badge of quality. Arri still holds that edge, unfortunately or fortunately, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. The second reason is that Blackmagic and the appeal of value. Let's really face it, right? Blackmagic is doing an incredible job of redefining the value proposition that you get from a camera. So for many filmmakers, it's just really hard to justify the extra cost of spending all that money on an Alexa when you can just get a Blackmagic. But this is the thing. It is not only about quality. For some filmmakers, especially those working with large crew and in high-end commercials and Hollywood films, guarantee reliability. People want to rely on the system that they have. So basically, in the context of reliability on a set, I still feel like that is something that comes with the Alexa. The Arri system is extremely reliable. It's not just about what the camera captures. It's more also about what the camera system represents. So in the end, I feel like Arri's approach is centered around flexibility. They're giving users the ability to unlock features as needed, something that no one else is really doing in the same way. Sony could unlock a type of RAW, Red could have unlocked a type of RAW, or locked it or whatever, but Arri is kind of like the only one doing this now. And this also comes with a catch, right? Because it's not as straightforward as just buying the camera and just using it. It's modular, so you have to build out a lot of things, which can be a blessing and a curse because, well, means that eventually you're going to be spending money. So I guess this is what this is really is all about. For some filmmakers, that is a massive mistake, and for others, it feels complexity without enough value. The bottom line is Arri needs to make this system feel like it's worth it. If they can prove that the licensing system offers value and saves filmmakers money in the long run, which is something they need to consider in the long run, then it could work. If not, they'll risk losing more of their mid-tier level customers to competitors, Blackmagic, who are offering comparable image quality without the additional licenses. Yeah, that's it. What do you think? Argue with me in the comments.